Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. I just thought I'd confuse you there, changing that around. Welcome to Tesla earnings. Well, we know that Tesla have beaten earnings. The stock price went up. It immediately got sold. I am looking to set a stop trail loss, take some profits. I'm up 30%, nothing wrong with that at all. So there we go. Elon Musk, Tesla. It's a big night tonight for the whole stock market. We are watching it. The earnings call presentation starts in 1 hour and 9 minutes from now. Remember, it's all about forecasts for the future. That's what it's about. We're not fanboys, we're investors, we're making money, we're here to protect our portfolios and grow a steady portfolio. This is where we are right now. This is the Tesla earnings. I'm Martyn Lucas, the World Piano Man and the investor, live 10 hours a day. We will give away a cash prize in our show tonight if we get 100 likes in the show. So smash the like button and we will give a cash prize away, and we might even celebrate with some music on my music channel as well if we do get some records tonight. It could be a big night for us here tonight on Martyn Lucas Investor. This is the stock, this is the chart, this is what's going in right now. We're listening into the Tesla earnings. We've got all the information on the screen. There you go, you can see it now. That's Tesla's presentation right there. So we'll keep it on the stock price. We'll watch what's going on. I've got stop trail orders set to take some money out of Tesla and buy it back again. And I don't mind if I don't if it keeps on going and I miss it, doesn't matter. I'm not married to the stock. I just want to make some money and hold on. All right. So there we go. Tesla earnings coming up. Put your comments on the screen and I will share your comments. If we get 100 likes, we will do a cash prize giveaway. And we also have another $20 cash giveaway as well. And we've got extra cash giveaways tonight. We love giving money away live on the show. So smash the like button. We've got 31 watching right now. And we have 11 likes. So come on, everyone smash the like button. And we can give away a cash prize tonight. Very nice indeed. All right, so there we go. Coming up very shortly is the Tesla earnings. I will see you back in just a few minutes' time. We will keep our eye on the chart. We'll keep our eye on the stock price, and we're listening in to the Tesla earnings. This is where it's going to happen live right here. And when it starts, we'll be there with you. So welcome to the Tesla earnings. It's a big night. The overall markets are looking good right now. But there you go. Smash the like, and we'll be back in just a few minutes' time. Don't go away. I'll put your comments on the screen for you right now. Here we go. Church of Logic says, not a bad move. I like taking profits, says Church. There we go. Just be careful because Lucid has a very high trading volume and big whales are holding. There you go. Kong and Kid says, hey. There you go. Welcome to you. Who else have we got? Arnold the Palmer. Buy while you can. Buy while you can. You can always buy. There's always an opportunity to make money on the stock market. Buy while you can too, Arnold. There you go. Hour 9. I'll be 3 sheets to the wind and annoying my wife with my snoring by then. Go Karev, says Andrew Grady. Smash the like, says Paddy. We're up to 14 likes right now. If we get to 100 likes on the show, we will give away a cash prize. All right. See you back in a few minutes' time. Sit back and relax. We've got the Tesla earnings around the corner. This is the overall portfolio of mine. Doing nicely now, up to 35,000. Very nice indeed. Looking good. And we're holding our positions. Welcome everybody on Live Streamer Cafe. Let's start the video there on our other platform. Welcome everybody on TikTok. Welcome everybody on LinkedIn, Facebook, multiple websites around the world. Welcome to all of you. This is the official earnings for Tesla, and we'll listen in with Elon Musk. Remember, he said, however, he does lie a lot. 3 times in a row he's lied. He said, if all the news is good, I won't be in the earning call. Let's see if he's in today. All right, the stock price has gone up, and let's have a look what the actual figures are. See if we can report on it yet. Scroll down, look at the bottom. I tell you what we'll do. We'll refresh that screen and see if the earnings figures have come through yet. Let's have a quick look on Robinhood. Let's see what they're showing. Here we go. We can scroll down and see if it shares with us what the earnings is. Let's have a look. There we go. 113, 119. It is a beat. It is a record. Tesla are making money. Again, it's good. It's not fantastic, but it's not their explosive predictions. So things are slowing down at Tesla. Nothing like in the past. But however, it's still a good sign. Still a good sign. It might be worth buying some more, but I might be inclined to take some profits because we did have a pump there. It did drop off, but it's all about what Elon says, and if he's even going to be in the earnings call, we'll find out very shortly. I can't change the music, Andrew Grady, I'm afraid. This is specially selected music for these earnings. I can't just change it mid-show, I'm afraid. Sorry about that, Andrew. What's your URL for Live Streamer Cafe? livestreamercafe.com. I'm there right now if you want to pop into my own lounge. This is our own platform which we've built, which is going to be better than Facebook. This is the day you have heard from me tell you this will be better than Facebook, YouTube and TikTok. It's my own platform. We built it and we know it's better. So check it out. If you're interested, you can come on the screen and enjoy what's going on there with Live Streamer Cafe. All right, we've got 15 likes now. If we get to 100 likes, we'll give away a cash prize in our show. 42 watching. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to take a short break. I will see you back in a few minutes' time. This is the other side of the camera. If I just turn it around, see, here I am. But I'm going to take a short break and get ready for Tesla earnings. And I'm holding my position at the moment. If it goes up again like that, I will set a stop trail loss and take some profits from it. Anyway, there you go. If it goes down, I will buy some more. All right, good luck, everybody. I'll see you back very, very shortly. I'll pop in and out as we get nearer the time and keep you updated with the news. Keep liking the video. We get to 100 likes, we'll give away a cash prize. Okay. I see we've got Chris David, a guest, just come into the stream. $3,000 a share. Are you talking pre-split numbers? Those numbers make no sense at all. We've done all our analysis on the sales of Tesla. $3,000 is a complete hopiary, wonderful idea. We might as well just say it's going to $1 million. I mean, that makes no sense. That's in the same camp as those people who say Bitcoin's going to $1 gazillion. It makes no sense. It's based upon no figures at all. It sounds great. Chris David, I am also a bull on Tesla. I used to be a fan of Elon Musk until he lied 3 times in a row, unfortunately. So that let me down. Some asked for a joke. Oh, I see. Okay. I thank you very much for explaining that. I thought he was being serious there. We do get people like that who come on the show and tell us that everything's going up silly. And our channel is growing, and it has the highest engagement rate of any YouTube channel in the world for live viewers who are paid members. We have the highest engagement rate of live viewers on to who are members on our channel than any other channel on YouTube. That's official. So our channel is based upon being honest and transparent. This is my real shares, my real money, all of it live on the show in front of everyone. And it's very, very important that we share everything honestly. So sorry if I didn't realize it was a joke, but yeah. Anyway, I am ready to set a stop trail order on my Tesla to make some money. I would love it to go down. However, still slightly bullish on it though. I mean, yeah, I'm bullish too, but not to $3,000. I ain't. That makes it. That doesn't make, those figures wouldn't even make any sense. Anyway. All good. I do think we're going to get a sell-off, and I announced it before it went up. It popped on the earnings beat, and now it'll be sold off. People will take profits. There's no doubt about it. I wouldn't be surprised if it does go below $100. Why do I say that? Well, because the expectations are beaten, but they were lowered, even though they're up. And we've beaten expectations. It's nowhere near the growth rate that Elon Musk has anticipated. So the price that we used to pay, $1,000 for a share of Tesla and $1,200, which would now be $333, and in fact we're at $144. It's still overpriced. As much as we can be bullish on the stock, you might be a fanboy of Tesla, you might be a fanboy of Elon Musk. The reality is it's still overpriced, and there are other stocks and other assets you can own that have a better value. And at the end of the day, if you are an investor, not a gambler, you are looking to find stocks that make money, make profits, and are the best value for your money. Isn't that what investing should be? Not gambling. So it's still overpriced. I would have sold it on the stop trail loss order when it popped up. However, I was ending my previous show, so I missed that. But that's exactly what I said I was going to do, and I would have done it. And if it goes up there again, which it might well do, if Elon says something, if he appears on the earnings, which again he said, if everything's good and we're doing well, I won't need to be on the earnings last time. But he did say 3 times in a row that he wouldn't sell the stock. And he did. So we don't know, Elon Musk does have the ability of pathologically lying. So anyway, do you think he is still a clown? Well, he's a liar. Proven liar. I like Elon Musk. I like his ideas. I like what he's done. But remember, he didn't invent the electric car. He is the force behind it, no question about it. He has changed the world, no question about it. I love Tesla. I love what it does. But I just can't take someone seriously who spends their life tweeting nonsense on Twitter and then lying about it. People are too easy to judge, too easy to let people get away with anything, and I don't allow that. If you lie, you lie, and I call you out on it. Simple as that. Anyway. We'll be back very, very soon. Wow, I love looking at Tesla earnings, my favorite. Keep growing, going forward in their energy sector. Always setting new records. Great, great company. Yes, they are a great, great company. But Elon Musk isn't what he used to be. Or maybe he is. He's always been the same, right? Anyway, however, it might be a good idea to take some profits. If we do get that spike again, I might do that. That's what's important to say. He did not even event anything he phoned. I'm not sure what I'm not sure what that comment was. I think the comment from church was he didn't invent anything. I think that's what he said. He just started the foundation. Correct. He is no king or god. Indeed, he gets sort of king or god-like status, and people get a bit carried away, and they shouldn't do, because we're not here to join the fan club. We're not here to follow Elon Musk over a plank. We're here to make money for our pensions. That's it. It's very simple. Anyway, never worship anyone. Tesla is not Elon Musk, but unfortunately everyone thinks Tesla because of Elon. Everyone likes Tesla because of Elon Musk. Actually, church, that's not true anymore. A survey has been done for young people under 25, and they've said, like an overwhelming majority, they wouldn't buy Tesla because of Elon Musk. Elon Musk has damaged the brand for the younger generation. They don't like what he did on Twitter. I don't like what he did on Twitter, and many people just don't like the constant lying. You can't go around lying and making up stories. Tesla is a great company. Elon Musk has to be regarded as a clown. If you lie, pathologically, you are. There you go. Yeah, it was a survey done recently, under 25-year-olds. They wouldn't buy Tesla because of Elon Musk. It was something like 85%. It was a huge majority. So, it's not good. Anyway, we're looking at Tesla right now. We got the earnings coming up. If we get 100 likes in the show, we will give away a cash prize on today's show. So, if you've just tuned in, subscribe and ring the bell. There you go, and hit the thumbs up. We've got 19 likes, 20 likes now. There's 30 watching, and there's 20 likes. Smash the like button, and let's see where we go today. I am very inclined to take a profit from Tesla. I like it. I am up 27%, 28%. They beat on earnings, yes. But there's more competition now in EV space. We've also got hydrogen being talked about. Toyota are bringing a hydrogen car out. Elon, it's a great company, but no company is on its own. No company can just get round, circumvent inflation, interest rates, and all the other things. It's a great company. We all know that. I've taken profits from it before. I've got a small position right now. I'd like to add to it, but taking profits and then buying back isn't a bad idea. There's nothing wrong with doing that. Let's have a little look here. Ali Tisro. I like Tesla regardless of Elon. He started something, and I believe he set Tesla on a great path. I agree with that. Oh wow, didn't know that, says Church of Logic. If he was listening to you, what do you think he would say about your remarks? Well, he'd have to say if he was a decent human being, which I think he generally is, he would have to turn around and say, yeah, I did lie. He would turn around and say, I can sell my shares if I want. And I'd go, yeah, but you told investors you wouldn't. And you told them 3 times. It's okay to say, I'm not going to sell my shares and then sell them once. Because they're your shares, you can sell them if you want. But if you tell people again, I won't do it again, I'm sorry. If he didn't say sorry. He said, I won't do it again. And he does it again. And we go, okay, he's twice now. And then he says he won't do it again, and he does it again. And now he's promised he won't do it again, and we're all expecting him when it pops up to sell it again. So what can you do? I mean, if you've got the CEO of a company who keeps lying, you lose credibility. And that's as simple as that. What has he done for humanity and accelerating the EV car, adopting? Yeah, it's wonderful. That is all great. And that's why I used to be a fan of Elon Musk. I'm not a fan anymore. I'm just an investor. That's all. Competition for other car manufacturers. Otherwise, I wouldn't even be doing EVs yet. Correct? Other companies would have EVs to the extent they do now. Correct? That's all true. Martin does not care what people think of him, though. No, I don't know about that, Church. I do get hurt. I don't like when people don't. Yeah. That's a good thing. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. BTC breakout watch. Been long since dip yesterday, says Ali Tisro. EV cars kill the environment to be made. That's not completely true. First of all, if you charge your car up with solar, which is free, there's no environmental impact at all to charge it. And Tesla now have an EV recycling program as well. So it's not all doom and gloom, Church. How do you like other companies today after the close? I haven't been paying much attention. We're focusing on Tesla right now. So I can have a quick look. The overall market is just flat right now. The S&P is flat. Virgin Galactic is flat. Yep. I think we had the pop on Tesla. I think it's how the projections go forward. We shall see. Of course, we're after hours now, so I can't set a stop trail loss anyway. That's not possible. What I can do, though, is set a buy, set a limit order to sell if it pops up 5%. Can we have a sneaky look at BTC? Yes, we can, Ali. Am I still holding it? Yes, I am. Oh, hello, up 2.5%. Okay, here's a quick look at BTC for you. Here we go. I don't normally do this in my show, but you are a sponsor, royalty to the channel, I guess. So here we go. Here we go. Here is Bitcoin right now. You can see doing nicely, up 2.58. So my ledger will be looking quite nice. There you go. Here we are, back with Tesla. I'm going to leave you again in a minute. We've got plenty of time before the earnings begins. Let's see where we are. If we're up to 100 likes yet, we'll give away a cash prize. With 26 watching, 22 likes. So, no, we're not there yet. Okay. I'll take a short break. I'll see you back in a few minutes' time. All right. Enjoy the music and keep the comments coming in. And if we keep smashing the like button, if we get 100, I'll give away a cash prize. See you back in a few minutes. Okay, welcome back to Tesla earnings. I've been doing some studying of the figures, and I'm going to set a limit order to sell. I'm going to keep my long-term position in my Roth IRA, but I do have a 30% profit here, so I am going to sell my brokerage position. Looking at the margins, looking at going forward, I think when Elon Musk speaks, we'll get some drops, and I think we will get some selling off in the morning. That is my take on it. So I might be wrong, of course, but profits are always profits. You never can lose taking profits. We've got just 10 minutes to go now before the earnings call. And looking good. So we're getting ready for it now. Just make sure that we've got everything ready to go. We do. Everything is as it should be. So we're just 9 minutes to go now. And I'm looking at a 147 is my position. And we're just 9 minutes to go. What do you think of CSX earnings on LVS? Anthony and Michael, I haven't had a chance to have a look at that. I've been focusing on Tesla and studying all the figures while I've been gone. And we're going to see if we can get a 146, 147. And the longer it goes on, so here we go. So sell. You need a limit order now, this time of the evening. A limit order. I've got a 30% profit. If I go to, I'm just looking at it now, what difference would it make if I try and hold out 145, 150. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 145 in there, 145.50, and 5 shares. Taking some profits now. Let's see if I can squeeze a bit more out. We've got 8 minutes to go. I mean, it's only going to go. I don't think it's going to go past there anyway. That's 149. That's it's next to $20. It's kind of not immaterial really. 30%. If we just pan out, let's see who's with me first. So before I do this trade, let me just see who's with me. Let's bring everybody up to date. If you're in the chat now, let me know you're here. Leave me a comment on the screen. Smash the like button, of course. We'll get to 100 likes. We'll do a cash prize giveaway. Come into the chat. Let me know you're here. Over there on... hello, Tony Mallion. Did you like your video I made for you? Hopefully it's gained you some subscribers and some followers. My EasyJet shares have gone up 30%. Should I sell or hold? That's a big question. Bon. It depends on you. It depends on your portfolio, your balance. You need the money. What are you going to do with the money? Do you have margin? It's impossible for me to answer. But I'm looking at Tesla right now. And let's pan out. We've gained 14% this week. I think it's the price is baked in. 26%. Yeah. In 1 month. That's good. I don't think it's going to go anywhere near where we were before. So, one more little push, and I'm going to sell my short-term position. My short-term position, not my long-term position. I'm keeping my long-term position in my brokerage account, in my Roth. I don't need it. I don't want it. Don't need it, don't want it, says Flutter Edits. No. Five minutes to go. Let's do a poll. The overall earnings is positive. It's about the margins going forward. It's about the projections going forward, where they see the effect of the price cuts. It's all about the tone. This is very high. At the end of the day, we are still 44 times earnings. Still very expensive. Very expensive. It doesn't matter. You can't get. The markets now are expecting value. Should I sell? There we go. Should I sell? There you go. Let's do a poll in the chat. Yes or no. Remember, a 30% profit is a good profit. I can always buy back. There'll be other opportunities. We had that first pop when the news came out, and it hasn't gone up since then. The volatility has gone out of Tesla. It's a much more steady, grown-up company now. Elon Musk is behaving more like a CEO. You can see over the period of 3 months, if we just look at the 3 months period, the 1 month period, you can see the stock is growing like a completely different company. So I'm looking at it. I've got a 30% profit. Nothing wrong with that. No says 80% of you. How many votes is that? 5 votes. 2 says yes. 3 says no. Or maybe it's a 4 say no. Oh well, a few more saying yes now. 30% say yes. We've got 3.5 minutes to go. You can see the chart there. You can see the... oh, here we go. Audio. Ah, they're doing a YouTube video. It's interesting. They're doing a YouTube video. So, okay, here we go. This is interesting. They're doing a YouTube video. That's the first time we've done that. So, we'll listen in. See how they present this. Right, the stock price is going up. We're watching in closely. I'll keep my eye on it for you. Tesla earnings. And we're just lifting off. Here we go. We're just lifting off. I've got ready to sell. Limit order. Good for the day. Execute. Review the order when I like it. All I got to do is click sell. I'm on the sell button. My finger is on it. 2 minutes to go. We're watching, we're listening in. We're at now 145.98, 146. Remember Virgin Orbit. Yeah, a profit's a profit. How are you, Martin? Robbie Cooper, I'm well. I've got a 30% profit. I've got my long-term position in my Roth. This will put some money back in my account. 146. Let's end the clock now. I'm listening in. I can hear the music. We're waiting for it to start. This is where it will begin here. All right. Any moment now. Just a few seconds to go. I'm looking at the stop price. Caden Youngquist, welcome to Silver. I'm just about to sell Tesla. I'm up 30, nearly 31%. Few seconds to go. We're listening in. There's the share price, 146. Still rising. Tesla sold. I've just sold my Tesla. I've just sold my Tesla. My long-term position is there, but I've sold my short-term position. Let's see if I was right. I've made a 30% profit. I've banked the money. We are waiting now, any moment now, for the earnings to begin. I've sold my Tesla and I've taken a 31% profit. My average cost was 112. And I've still got my Roth IRA position. My long-term position. This is just my short-term position. And I have the money to buy back if it goes back down again. And I would expect it to be tomorrow now. I think we're going to get the next quarter going sideways. I think we've already had it baked in. The price is already baked in. A 30% profit is good. I'm happy with that. 63% said yes, you should sell. We've got the audio coming from Tesla. We're listening in. So we've got it. Did anybody else sell? I've got my Roth position, but I've banked the brokerage position. I'm happy with that. And I don't even care if it continues going up. It doesn't matter. I've taken a profit. 30% from any stock is good. I've only had it at that position for 3 weeks. 30% in 3 weeks. I'm very happy with that. Elon Musk there. We're still playing background music. We are late. My portfolio now is up to 39,158, and I've got plenty of money in my buying power now. Here we go.
To Tesla's fourth quarter 2022 Q&A webcast. My name is Martyn Lucas, VP of Investor Relations, and I'm joined today by Elon Musk, Zachary Kirkhorn, and a number of other executives. Our Q4 results were announced at about 3 p.m. Central Time in the update deck we published at the same link as this webcast. During this call, we will discuss our business outlook and make forward-looking statements. These comments are based on our predictions and expectations as of today. Actual events or results could differ materially due to a number of risks and uncertainties, including those mentioned in our most recent filings with the SEC. During the question and answer portion of today's call, please limit yourself to one question and one follow-up. Please use the raise hand button to join the question queue. But before we jump into Q&A, Elon has some opening remarks. Elon?
Thank you, Martin. So just going through a 22 recap. It was a fantastic year for Tesla. It was our best year ever on every level. Team did an amazing job. It's an honor, of course, to work with such an incredibly talented group of people. So in 2022, we delivered over 1.3 million cars and achieved a 17% operating margin, the highest among any volume car maker. I think maybe among any car maker. While doing so, we generated $12.5 billion in net income and $7.5 billion in free cash flow. Importantly, the Tesla team achieved these records despite the fact that 2022 was an incredibly challenging year due to forced shutdowns, very high interest rates, and many delivery challenges. So it's worth noting that all these records were in the face of massive difficulties. A credit to the team for achieving that. The most common question we've been getting from investors is about demand. Thus far, so I want to put that concern to rest. Thus far in January, we've seen the strongest orders year to date than ever in our history. We currently are seeing orders at almost twice the rate of production. So I mean that's hard to say whether that will continue at twice the rate of production, but the orders are high, and we've actually raised the Model Y price a little bit in response to that. So we think demand will be good despite probably a contraction in the automotive market as a whole. Basically, price really matters. I think there's just a vast number of people that want to buy a Tesla car, but can't afford it, and so these price changes really make a difference for the average consumer. It's sometimes for people who are have a lot of money, they sort of forget about how important affordability is. And it's always been our goal at Tesla to make cars that are affordable to as many people as possible. So I'm glad that we're able to do so. So I think it's a good thing, all things considered. We're also making very good progress on cost control, and we're seeing the costs of production in Berlin and Austin drop commensurate with the growth in production, so as you'd expect. So, with respect to Autopilot, as of now, we deployed full self-driving beta for city streets to roughly 400,000 customers in North America. This is a huge milestone for autonomy, as FSD beta is the only way any consumer can actually test the latest AI-powered autonomy. And we're currently at about 100 million miles of FSD outside of highways. And our published data shows that improvement in safety statistics is very clear. We would not have released the FSD beta if the safety statistics were not excellent. Regarding batteries, production rate of 4680 cells reached 1,000 cars a week at the end of last year, and we're increasing capacity for 4680 cells by another 100 gigawatt hours, as announced at Giga Nevada yesterday. Our long-term goal is to get to well in excess of 1,000 gigawatt hours of cells produced internally, and continue to use other cell providers. So to be clear, we will continue to use other cell providers, just that the demand for lithium-ion batteries is quasi-infinite and will be for quite some time. So we feel we can scale a lot faster using both suppliers and internally produced cells. And we've got an amazing plan for making the 4680 cell low cost and high energy density. So energy storage also saw record growth. and that is continuing to accelerate. It's always worth remembering that the three pillars of a sustainable energy future are obviously electric vehicles, solar and wind, and then the third key item is stationary storage to store the energy from solar and wind, because obviously the sun doesn't shine all the time and the wind doesn't blow all the time. So if you have those three things, you can convert all of Earth to a fully sustainable situation, many times over, actually. So I would like to just make it clear that there is a path to a fully sustainable future for humanity, and our goal at Tesla is to accelerate progress on that path as much as humanly possible. So so we're obviously ramping up Megapack production, and we expect it to grow at a rate quite a bit faster than our vehicle output. So in conclusion, we're taking a view that we want to keep making and selling as many cars as we can. We believe we can keep pushing for strong volume growth while retaining the industry's best operating margins. As we mentioned many times before, we want to be the best manufacturer. But really, manufacturing technology will be our most important long-term strength. So, and we'll talk more about our upcoming plans at the March 1st Investor Day. And lastly, I want to once again thank all of our employees for delivering another record-breaking year. Congratulations, guys.
Thanks, Elon. And I think Zach has some opening remarks as well.
Yeah, thanks, Martin. So as Elon mentioned, 2022 was a terrific year for Tesla. I also want to congratulate the Tesla team and also say a thank you to our suppliers for your support during quite a volatile year. On a full year basis, revenue increased over 50%, operating income doubled, free cash flows increased over 50%, and our margins remained industry leading. Additionally, we continue to make progress on overhead efficiencies as non-GAAP OPEX as a percentage of revenue improved further. For Q4 specifically, sequential and annual margin was impacted by ASP reductions as we were managing through COVID impacts in China, uncertainty around the consumer tax credit in the US, and a rising interest rate environment. Note that in 2022, rising interest rates alone had effectively increased the price of our cars in the US by nearly 10%. Additionally, COGS per unit has increased on a year-over-year basis, driven primarily by three factors. First is raw materials and inflation led by lithium prices and discussed at length in previous calls. Second, we are working through the early ramp of inefficiencies of our Austin and Berlin and in-house cell production factories. Third, our vehicle mix over the last year has moved more heavily towards Model Y, which carries a slight cost premium to Model 3. Partially offsetting these impacts, we've continued to execute on Tesla controllable cost reductions in line with the progress we've made in prior years. These improvements include our continued work to gradually move towards a regionally balanced build of vehicles. The energy business had its strongest year yet across all metrics, led by steady improvement in both retail and commercial storage. While much work remains to grow this business and improve cost, we believe we are on a good trajectory. As we look towards 2023, we're moving forward aggressively, leveraging our strength and cost. There are three key points I wanted to make here. First, on demand, as Elon mentioned, customer interest in our products remains high. Second, on cost reduction, we're holding steady on our plans to rapidly increase volume while improving overhead efficiency, which is the most effective method to retain strength in our operating margins. In particular, we're accelerating improvements in our new factories in Austin, Berlin, and in-house cells, where inefficiencies are the highest. But we are attacking every other area of cost and unwinding cost increases created from multiple years of COVID-related instability. This includes logistics, expedites, accumulation of material buffers, part premiums, productivity, and overheads, as an example. As the world transitions from an inflationary to deflationary environment, we expect a strong partnership with our suppliers on this journey as well. In net, we've priced our products with a view towards a longer-term cost structure. Thus, there will be an impact on operating margin in the near term. However, we believe our margins will remain healthy and industry-leading over the course of the year. Third, we are continuing to ensure funding is prioritized for our long-term roadmap. This includes expanding in-house cell production, bringing Cybertruck to market, development of our next-generation vehicle platform, expansion of our manufacturing footprint, and growth of the energy business. We're looking forward to discussing these plans in more detail on our Investor Day in a month. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Zach. Let's now go to investor questions. The first question is, some analysts are claiming that Tesla orders net of cancellations came in at a rate less than half of production in the fourth quarter. This has raised demand concerns. Can you elaborate on order trends so far this year and how they compare to current production rates? I think
we've already answered that question.
Yes, exactly.
The demand far exceeds production. And we actually are making some small price increases as a result.
Thank you. The second question is in similar vein. What is the initial reaction been to global price reductions in early 1Q 2023, specifically in terms of order intake levels? We've answered that one as well.
Yeah.
So let's go to the next one. The next investor question is, will Tesla be able to take full advantage of advanced manufacturing production credits for battery cells packs? So $3,700 per long-range Model 3 and Model Y. It's $45 a kilowatt hour. For autos and energy products, and how much does Tesla expect to earn in the coming year from these credits?
I'll say a little bit about it, then I think Zach will add some. Long term, we expect these the value of these credits to be very significant. You can do the math. If we were to get anywhere near 1,000 gigawatt hours a year of production, or even a few hundred gigawatt hours, it's very significant. So, but the credits do rely upon domestic manufacturing, and in the case of Panasonic with domestic manufacturing, we're splitting the value of the credits. So the value of the credits this year will not be gigantic, but I think it could be gigantic in the future. We think it probably will be very significant in the future.
Yeah, just to add and put some boundaries on what we're expecting in terms of impact to Tesla for this year. So different products we think will get different amounts of credit. The regulations here are still in flux and there continues to be updates. So this is just our best understanding at the moment. But, we think on the order of 150 million to 250 million per quarter this year, and growing over the course of the year as our volumes grow. And, part of the work we're doing here, which is part of what this incentive package is trying to incentivize, is, as Elon mentioned, to move more manufacturing onshore in the United States, which is Tesla's plans anyways. And so I think we're pretty well positioned over the coming years to take advantage of this. But then also, part of what the goal of this incentive package is to improve adoption from our customers. And so we also want to use these incentives to improve affordability as we think about what the price points are on our products going forward. And so as we were thinking about our pricing changes in the US a couple of weeks ago that we announced, we were looking at what the credit benefit to Tesla would be to make sure that customers are able to receive the benefit not only from this that we're receiving to some extent, but also on the consumer-facing side, which is currently $7,500 per car of tax credit, assuming that subject to the MSRP caps and the income caps. So we want to use this to accelerate sustainable energy, which is our mission and also the goal of this bill.
Thank you very much. The next question from investors is, after recent price cuts, analysts released expectations that Tesla Automotive gross margin excluding leasing and credits will drop below 20%, an average selling price around $47,000 across all models. Where do you see average selling price and gross margins after the price cuts?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll jump in on this. So, there's certainly a lot of uncertainty about how the year will unfold, but I'll share what's in our current forecast for the moment. So, based upon these metrics here, we believe that we'll be above, both of the metrics that are stated in the question. So 20% automotive gross margin, excluding leases and red credits, and then 47K ASP across all models. And so, two other comments I want to make on this, just tactically on sequential ASP changes from Q4 to Q1. Just as a reminder, the ASP reduction is not as large as the reduction in configurator prices. As in Q4, we had backlog customers that we're delivering cars to at a lower price book, given that backlogs had been so long for so much of 2022. But then also there are various programs in place that we used in Q4 that lowered ASPs. The second comment I wanted to make here is that, as a management team here, we're most focused on what our operating margin is. And so, as other areas of the business become more important, particularly the energy business, which is growing faster than the vehicle business, and as we're heavily focused on operating leverage here, improving efficiency of our overheads, we think the right metric for us to be focused on is operating margin. And so I wanted to make sure that I shared that with the investor community as well, because that is what we're primarily managing to now.
Yes, something that I think some of the smart retail investors understand, but I think a lot of others maybe don't, is that every time we sell a car, it has the ability just from uploading software to have full self-driving enabled, and the full self-driving is obviously getting better very rapidly. But I think a lot of others maybe don't, is that that's actually a tremendous every time we sell a car, it has the, because all of those cars, with a few exceptions, I mean, only a small percentage of cars don't have hardware 3. So that means that there's millions of cars where full self-driving can be sold at essentially 100% gross margin, and the value of FSD grows as the autonomous capability grows, and then when it becomes fully autonomous, that is a value increase in the fleet that might be the biggest asset value increase of anything in history. Yeah.
Thank you. Let's go to the next investor question. Since Elon started political influencing, polls from Morning Consult and YouGov show Tesla brand
You can crush them with your life.
Show Tesla brand favorability declining in 2022 and division among partisan lines. Such brand damage can impact demand. Does Tesla track favorability, and how will any brand damage be mitigated?
Well, let me check my Twitter account. Okay, so I've got 127 million followers. It continues to grow very rapidly. That suggests that I'm, reasonably popular. It might not be popular with some people, but for the vast majority of people, my follow account speaks for itself. I'm the most interactive account, social media account, I think, maybe in the world, certainly on Twitter. And that actually predated the Twitter acquisition. So I think Twitter is actually an incredibly powerful tool for driving demand for Tesla. And I would really encourage companies out there of all kinds, automotive or otherwise, to make more use of Twitter, and to use their Twitter accounts in ways that are interesting and informative, entertaining, and it will help them drive sales, just as it has with Tesla. So the net value of Twitter, apart from a few people are complaining, is gigantic, obviously.
Thank you. Let's go to the next question. Please provide a detailed explanation of where you are on the 4680 ramp. What are the current roadblocks, and when do you expect to scale to 10,000 vehicles a week?
Yeah, thanks, Martin. First, I just want to say congrats and thanks to the Tesla 4680 team for achieving 1K a week in Q4. It was no small feat, definitely a result of, more than a couple of years of hard work. As far as where we stand in Texas, 1 of 4 lines are in production, with the remaining 3 in stages of commissioning and install. Really, our 2023 goal as a 4680 team is to deliver a cost-effective ramp of 4680s well ahead of Cybertruck. Focus areas are dialing in and improving the quality of the high-volume supply of mechanical parts and driving factory process yields up as much as possible. Between the two of those things, if we achieve those key goals, we'll be well set up for a major 4680 year in 2024.
Thank you. Next investor question is, Elon said previously that FSD Hardware 4 will most likely come first in Cybertruck. Is that still the current plan? Do you expect there to be an upgrade path for Hardware 3 cars to Hardware 4?
Yeah, Cybertruck will have Hardware 4, and typically, for 2023, Cybertruck will not be, a significant contributor to the bottom line, but it will be in next year. So it's an incredible product. I can't wait to drive it personally. It will be the car that I drive every day. Actually, I'm wearing the T-shirt with the smashed glass. It's just one of those products that only comes along once in a while, and it's really special. So, yeah. So, with respect to upgrading cars that have Hardware 3, I don't think that will be needed. Hardware 3 will not be as good as Hardware 4, but I'm confident that Hardware 3 will still far exceed the safety of the average human. So what we're aiming for is well, how do we get ultimately to, let's say for argument's sake, if Hardware 3 can be, say, 200 or 300% safer than human, Hardware 4 might be, 500 or 600%. There will be a Hardware 5 beyond that. But what really matters is are we improving the average safety on the road? But it is the cost and difficulty of retrofitting Hardware 3 with Hardware 4 is quite significant. So it would not be, I think, economically feasible to do so.
Thank you. The next question is for Zach. Zach, when do you think Tesla Insurance will become big enough revenue source to warrant providing more details in the financials of the business so investors can compare it to other insurance companies?
Yeah, I think it's probably going to take some time before this business is large enough for specific financial disclosures. But I'm happy to provide an update on where we stand in the business. So we're currently at a $300 million annual premium run rate as of the end of last year. We're growing 20% a quarter, so it's growing faster than the growth in our vehicle business. And in the states in which we're operating, on average, 17% of the customers in those states are using a Tesla insurance product. So, and that number continues to tick up as we spend more time in markets. And we see most of the adoption occurring when folks take delivery of a new car, as they're setting up insurance for the first time, as opposed to going back and switching when they already have insurance set up. So there's an inherent stickiness in the insurance business. But
yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, just as a broader reminder on kind of the motivation for starting this business, it was to improve, and still is, to improve the total cost of ownership of our cars, given that we're seeing high premiums of insurance from third-party companies. And that remains our priority here. We'll obviously run this as a healthy business, but we want to make sure we keep our costs low and insurance stays affordable to our customers.
Yeah, and so there are two really important side benefits for Tesla Insurance that are worth mentioning, one of which Zach alluded to, which is that just by Tesla offering insurance for our cars at a competitive rate, that makes the other car insurance companies offer better rates for Teslas. So it has a bigger effect than you'd think, because it improves total cost of ownership or insurance costs even when they don't use Tesla Insurance, because now the Geicos of the world have to compete with Tesla and cannot charge outrageous insurance for Teslas. So it's great. So it has an amplified effect, very important. Then it is also giving us a good feedback loop into minimizing the cost of repair of Teslas for all Teslas worldwide. Because we obviously want to minimize the cost of repairing a Tesla if it's in a collision, and for Tesla insurance. And previously, we didn't actually have good insight into that because the other insurance companies would cover the cost, and actually the costs in some cases were unreasonably high. So we've actually adjusted the design of the car and made changes in the software of the car to minimize the cost of repair. Obviously, minimize the best repair is no repair. Avoid the accident entirely, which since every Tesla comes with the most advanced active safety in the world, whether or not you buy full self-driving, you still get the intelligence of full self-driving for active safety, active collision prevention. So it's giving us this really good feedback loop for, again, reducing total cost of ownership, and also just figuring out how to get, if somebody's car is in an accident. Most accidents are actually small. They're like, broken fender or scratched side of the car or something like that. They're not, that's the vast majority of accidents. But we're actually solving how to get somebody's car repaired very quickly and efficiently and back in their hands. And like I said, those improvements actually apply then to all cars. And like we're making, just to emphasize another key point, because some of these points might be lost, so I apologize for being repetitive, but it's remarkable how small changes in design of the bumper and improving obviously improving the logistics of providing spare parts needed for collision repair have an enormous effect on the repair cost. So if you're waiting for a part to get repaired and that part takes a month, now you've got a month of having to rent another car. It's very extremely expensive, and of course you're missing the car that you love and actually want to drive. So this is actually a very significant effect on total cost of ownership and customer happiness.
Thank you. The next question from investors is Cybertruck production still on track for mid-year?
We do expect production to start, I don't know, maybe sometime this summer. But I always try to downplay the start of production because the start of production is always very slow. But it increases exponentially, but it's always very slow at first. So I wouldn't put too much stock in start of production. It's kind of when does volume production actually happen, and that's next year.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's right, Elon. Just to emphasize on that, we've started installation of all the production equipment here in Giga, Texas. Castings, GA, general assembly, body shops. We built all our beta vehicles, some more coming still in the next months, but as you said, the ramp will really come 2024.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you. And the last investor question is, with near infinite global demand for energy storage,
yeah, seriously,
where should Tesla build the next megapack factories? How many are needed on each continent?
It's a good question. It's not something I think we'll provide an update about that in the future, but it's something we're thinking about very carefully. Really kind of what is the fastest path to 1,000 gigawatt hours a year of production? You'll see announcements come out later this year and next that answer that question.
Thank you. Okay, and now let's go to analyst questions. The first analyst question comes from Rod Lache from Wolfe Research. And Rod, feel free to unmute your mic.
I think I'm unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, thank you. Firstly, it sounds like your 1.8 million unit volume indication for this year is somewhat more supply constrained and demand constrained. Then I have a follow-up on cost. But is that an accurate statement?
Well, Okay, I mean, our internal production potential is actually closer to 2 million vehicles, but we, we're saying 1.8 because I don't know. There just always seems to be some friggin' force majeure thing that happens somewhere on Earth, and we don't control if there's like earthquakes, tsunamis, wars, pandemics, etc. So, if it's a smooth year, actually, without some big supply chain interruption or massive problem, we actually have the potential to do 2 million cars this year. We're not committing to that, but I'm just saying that's the potential. So, and I think there would be demand for that too.
Yeah, thanks for clarifying that. And on the cost side, the numbers that we just saw from you, as you pointed out, were weighed down by the 4860 ramp, the Berlin, Austin, gigacastings processes not at rate. Can you give us a bit of an indication of the headwind that you're absorbing from those things like you did last quarter? And then lastly, on cost, do you think that we can tease out an interesting data point from on where battery costs are headed from this announcement that you just made last night? If I'm correct, it looks like the investment cost per kilowatt hour is less than half of what I've seen anywhere else, maybe $30 a kilowatt hour for that capacity.
I don't think we want to say the specific number, but it's interesting if you look at the size of Giga Nevada that is allocated to make 100 gigawatt hours is a small fraction of the size that currently makes about 35.
Yeah, I mean, the goals we outlaid at Battery Day on reducing the investment required to deploy cell manufacturing, I mean, that's been a key focus of ours, and the team is doing a good job hitting the marks on that focus.
Yeah, and it goes back to the point I was making, and I said this several years ago. I think Tesla's really the competitive strength that will be by far the hardest for other companies to replicate is Tesla being just damn good at manufacturing and having the most advanced manufacturing technology in the world. And if you've got that sort of advanced manufacturing toolbox, you can apply it to many things, and we're applying it now to battery cells. I should also say that we have other products in development. We're not going to announce them, obviously, but they're very exciting, and I think we'll blow people's minds when we reveal them. Tesla has the most exciting product roadmap of any company on Earth by a long shot, and we'll continue to, I think, be in that position. We got more great ideas than we know what to do with here. So the future is very exciting. As I said in the last call, there's going to be bumps along the way, and I think we'll probably have a pretty difficult recession this year. Probably, I hope not, but probably. And so one can't predict the short-term sort of stock value because when there's a recession and people panic in the stock market, then prices of stocks, or the value of stocks can drop sometimes to surprisingly low levels. But long term, I am convinced that Tesla will be the most valuable company on Earth.
Thank you. And I think, Zach, there was a question on cost headwind in Q4.
Yeah. I mean, our weighted average COGS for the company, if you were to assume Austin and Berlin were at the cost structure of our other factories, it was on the order of 2,000 to 2,500 of headwinds. So I think from there you can back into margin impact of those factories as of end of Q4.
Thank you very much. And let's go to the next question from Pierre Ferragu from New Street Research. Pierre, please go ahead.
Thanks, Martin. Can you hear me well?
Yes.
Yeah. Excellent. Zach, I'd like to follow up on the data point you just gave on cost. If I look back at the COGS per car, you guys bottomed close to $36,000 in the middle of 2021. And then the number went up as you had to face with inflation in input costs and the ramp of Berlin and Texas. And this quarter, I think we are close to 40K, and we peaked maybe close to $42,000 at some point last year. And so my question from here is, how much time do you think it takes you to get back to this kind of 36K, which would mean, Berlin and Texas and like the input cost, all that stuff is normalizing. Is that and that would be like a kind of like a 10% decline in the COGS per car. Is that something we can hope to see this year, or is that too optimistic?
The Austin and Berlin ramp in efficiencies in 4680 will make a substantial amount of progress on that over the course of the year, and that's within Tesla's control. We're doing a lot of work on cost reduction outside of that, and we talked about supply chain costs, expedites, logistics, attacking everything. On the raw materials and inflation side, where lithium is the large driver there, and this was a meaningful source of cost increase for us, we'll have to see where lithium prices go. And, we're not fully exposed to lithium prices, but I think in general, is what we've seen from our forecast here, cost per car of lithium in 2023 will be higher than 2022. So, that's a headwind that would have to be overcome to return back to those levels. So I don't think we'll get there this year, but I think we'll make progress. And we'll continue to find ways to offset these raw material costs that we don't have control over. And is there anything on that?
Yeah, like on the non-cells raw material, we begin to capture, benefits of indexes tapering off. But due to the length of various supply chains, it does take time before this is reflected in our financials. And while aluminum is down like 20% year over year, steel is about 30% down year over year. The global non-cells raw materials market continues to be influenced by geopolitical situations in Europe, high production costs due to labor cost increases and energy spikes, and disruptions due to natural disasters like typhoon in Korea 4 months ago, pandemic lockdowns. So we believe that meaningful price corrections will ultimately come, but it remains uncertain exactly when. In the meantime, we continue to redesign supply chain to make it more efficient and work with our supplier partners to find more efficiencies, streamline logistics and transportation to reduce costs.
Excellent, thank you. And I have a quick.
Sorry, you wanted to say something?
I was just going to say, we're also, our fleet is starting to mature, the 3Y fleet, and we're gathering a lot of data out of that fleet to understand how we can sort of bring some margin that we didn't know we had out of the product. So over the course of 2023 on the powertrain side, we're actually going to go after sort of some materials where we're paying for more performance than we need, or we have more content than we need without impacting reliability at all. And that will actually add up to a pretty significant cost reduction on the powertrain side over the course of 2023. So we're not just sort of relying on supply. We're also doing design actions to bring cost out.
Yeah, and my guess is if there is if the recession is a serious one, and I think it probably will be, but I hope it isn't. Then that would lead to meaningful decreases in almost all of our input costs. So I would expect to see deflation in our input costs most likely, which would then lead to better margins. I'm just guessing here. So this is, but that would be my guess.
Excellent. Thank you so much. So as a quick follow-up, Elon, I was thinking about like FSD, and when you look at like the situation today compared to a year ago, it's like the progress has been like amazing in the quality of the product, but also its rollout. And so I was wondering, how much is this like impacting the take rate of FSD today? So do you already see that people are getting more excited by FSD because they see it around them on 400,000 cars and they see the value of the service already? Or is that too early to really see like to expect like an uptick in the take rate?
The trend is very strong towards use of FSD, and as you allude to, with each incremental improvement, the enthusiasm obviously increases, I think something that still a lot of people out there don't quite appreciate is that Tesla. I've always said like Tesla is as much a software company as a hardware company, but Tesla is really one of the world's leading AI companies. This is kind of a big deal, both AI on the software side and on the hardware side. With the hardware 3 inference computer, still the most efficient inference computer in the world, despite being at this point 5 years old from the design point. And with hardware 4 coming, and then hardware 5 beyond that, where there are significant leaps. The Dojo computer, we expect to be using that operationally at Tesla later this year. We're seeing just a lot of world-class AI talent join the company. There's also the long-term potential of Optimus, where we're able to use our expertise in electric motors and power electronics, batteries, and advanced manufacturing to be able to make a humanoid robot that is actually useful and can be made at high volume with exceptional capabilities because of the autopilot AI that where we take because the car is like a robot on 4 wheels and the Optimus is a robot on legs. But as we get closer and closer to solving real world AI, and we don't see anyone even close to us in achieving this, the value. Pierre, I think you appreciate this, and a few others do, but most don't know what I'm talking about. So, but it's this is the thing that has order of magnitude potential market cap improvement for Tesla.
Thank you. And the next question comes from Alex Potter from Piper Sandler.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, great. So quick one on FSD. This, I guess, for Zach. Obviously, you unlocked some deferred revenue in the quarter that'll translate presumably into higher margins on every incremental sale going forward, so long as people opt in for FSD. But was wondering if you're able to disclose the percentage of the $15,000 price that you're not going to be able to recognize as revenue up front rather than deferred.
Yeah, I mean, the way that we've structured this is a full self-driving package is 2 components. There's enhanced autopilot, the price of which is listed on the website. We fully recognize that. Then there's an incremental, which is for the additional features that full self-driving offers. And we've released a portion of that. And then there's a minority of the total package that's remaining that will be released over time as software updates are there. And in our shareholder letter, in addition to disclosing the dollar amount of the deferred revenue release, we also included in there the dollar value of the balance of unreleased deferred revenue that will be released over time with future software updates.
Okay, great. And then maybe one additional question here on the incremental capacity in Nevada, the 4680s that you're planning. It's a lot of batteries, obviously, and presumably you won't be putting all of those in Tesla Semi. So I guess 2 questions about that incremental capacity. First, is it correct to assume that all of those 4680s are going to be more or less fungible and usable in your entire range of products? And if the answer is yes, then if you had to guess, how do you think that 100 gigawatt hours would be allocated between your various end markets?
I don't know. This is a bit too much guessing at this point.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you're right. Not all of the 100 gigawatt hours are going to go into the semi trucks. That is correct. I mean, we can.
Let's say like I alluded to, a number of future products. Those future products would use the 4680.
Thank you. And the next question comes from George from Canaccord Research.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for taking my question. So you recently adjusted prices, and that may have put many of your competitors in the back foot. In addition to that, capital markets have recently gotten a lot tougher. So with those factors in mind, I'm curious how you see the current competitive landscape changing over the next few years, and who you see as your chief competitors 5 years from now.
Well, 5 years. 5 years is a long time. I was with the Tesla Autopilot AI team until late last night, and we're just asking. I was just like, so who do we think is close to Tesla for a general solution for self-driving, and we still don't even know really who would even be the distant second. So yeah, it really seems like we're. Right now, I don't think you could see second place with a telescope. So, or at least we can't. That won't last forever. So, in 5 years, I don't know. Probably somebody's figured it out. I don't think it's any of the car companies that we're aware of. But I'm just guessing that someone might figure it out eventually. So, yeah.
I mean, beyond that, Elon, like in the vehicle space, even though the market's shrinking, we're growing, and EVs have doubled almost year over year. So, like, whoever keeps up with the trend of EVs is going to be our competitor. And the Chinese are scary. We always say that. But like. A lot of people always look at the EV market share, but we always look at it as how much of the total vehicle space do we have, and we're just going to keep growing in that space. There's 95% for us to go get.
Yeah, and I don't want to say like I think we have a lot of respect for the car companies in China. They are the most competitive in the world. That is our experience, and the Chinese market is the most competitive. They work the hardest and they work the smartest. So a lot of respect for the China car companies that we're competing against. So if I were to guess, it would probably be some company out of China is the most likely, to be second, to Tesla. But we are the Tesla China team is winning in China. And I think we actually are able to attract the best talent in China. So hopefully that continues. So yeah, super fired up about the future, and yeah, well, it's going to be great.
Just as a follow-up, the Inflation Reduction Act has created huge tax incentives for commercial vehicles. You mentioned an incredibly interesting product pipeline. Are there maybe some plans to accelerate commercial vehicle form factors outside of the Tesla Semi to help accelerate EV adoption?
Well, I was basically saying that, yes, but I'm not going to give you details because this is nice try. Yeah, of course. So, we have to always look at like what is the limiting factor for new vehicles, because if for the longest time we've been constrained on total cell, lithium-ion production output, and so people say like, why not bring this other car to market or that other car to market? Well, it doesn't really help if all you're doing is shuffling around the batteries from one car to another. In fact, it hurts because you add complexity, but you don't add incremental volume. So it's sort of pointless. In fact, counterproductive to add model complexity without solving the availability of lithium-ion batteries. So as we get we want a new product introduction to match where the cells are available for that new product to use those cells without cannibalizing the cells of the other cars. that's the actual limiting factor for new models, not anything else really.
Thank you. Let's go to the next question. The next question comes from William Stein from Truist.
Great. Thanks for taking my question. Elon, you started to answer this earlier, but I like to ask this question about the AI elements of your business and ask if you could comment on progress around Dojo and Optimus and your anticipation for the likelihood, for example, for the company to disconnect the GPU cluster in favor of Dojo and to have some market achievement in Optimus?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, since we're still at the early stages, there are big error bars in any predictions. So it's like easy to predict the long term, but hard to predict the time in between now and then. But we think Dojo will be competitive with the NVIDIA H1 at the end of this year, and then hopefully surpass it next year. The key there is like I think what's the energy usage required for a given amount of if you're training a frame of video, what's the energy cost required to do that training? We think probably we said this already actually at AI Day 2, so it's not new information, but we do see potential for an order of magnitude improvement relative to GPU. What GPUs can do for Dojo, which is obviously very specialized for AI training. It's hyper specialized for AI training. So wouldn't be great for other things, but it should be extremely good for AI training. So just like if you do an ASIC for something, it's going to be better than a CPU. This is sort of in some ways like a giant ASIC, and we're able to. Since we're operating one of the biggest GPU clusters in the world already, we've got a good sense of how efficient the GPU clusters operate and what Dojo needs to do in order to be competitive. But we think that it does have a fundamental architectural advantage because it's designed not to be the GPU is trying to do many things for many people. They're trying to do graphics, video games. It's doing crypto mining. It's doing a lot of things. Dojo is doing one thing, and that is training. And we're also optimizing the low-level software so that it at a very sort of bare metal level. So it's just insanely good at efficient training. And the intercommunication between the Dojo modules is extremely high. You're not going across an Ethernet cable. It's like, so anyway, we see a path to an order of magnitude improvement in the energy efficiency per given unit of training. But we also have to achieve that, and so that when will it be achieved? It's hard to say, but we do see a path to get there. And then also in inference, like once you've got something trained, well, if you want to have a product, that's a consequence of that training, and that product may not be anything to do with cars, then the efficiency of inference is extremely important. And we also have by far the most efficient inference computer with the FSD computer in the car. This has potential for products that aren't even really in automotive.
Thank you. And William, do you have a follow-up?
Yeah, it sounds like the 1.8 million units you expect this year is supply, not demand limited supply. It sounds like by the lithium batteries. If you were to become demand limited, can you talk to us about your propensity to use price, and and your relatively high industry margins to grow units and share?
Yeah. To be clear, the 1.8 million is not self-supply limited. We did address that number earlier in the call. I don't know if you want to answer.
Yeah, it's roughly, a cell supply is roughly matched with that. And it's 1.8 million cars. If we get lucky, it could be more. And then the rest would go into stationary storage, the Powerwall and Megapack. True.
Okay, let's have the final question from Adam Jonas.
Hi, Elon. First question is it time for Tesla to significantly expand the captive FinCo? I mean, you only have like $4.5 billion of lease receivables. It's basically nothing compared to other big auto companies. Then I have a follow-up.
Zach, maybe it's best to answer that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the way that we've been using captive financing so far is to plug what we believe to be gaps in the market of existing third-party products. And so we have a couple of offerings in Europe. We do loans for our energy business, retail energy business here in the US. We do leasing, and we do a small amount of US loans that are very targeted. And so we're using captives to support market gaps, as I mentioned. So basically as a vehicle to support vehicle sales, make sure customers have access. I do think there's opportunity here to continue to grow this. We are growing it slowly here. It is a consumer of cash, so we're being cautious on how we do that. But the plumbing is in place to do a lot more here. And I think we'll have to see how things unfold over the course of the year and make decisions real time as to how much we ramp it up versus ramp it back.
I think if we see a severe recession this year, which, like I said, hopefully we don't. In severe recessions, cash is king big time because it's in such short supply. So we want to be cautious about using cash for loans and that sort of thing for cars. I feel we're in a very strong position to get through a recession because we really don't have any debt, and we've got over $20 billion of cash, which is great. Actually, the cash is earning a ridiculous return, not a good return. So it's like non-trivial. The interest rate actually means the 20 billion is earning like quite a good amount. And I've made this point on Twitter a few times, and I'm sure a lot of people on this call understand the basic value of a security is a function of the risk-free rate, or we'll see how risk-free it really is, but of the T-bill rate. So if you've got, I think if I recall correctly, the S&P 500 has a long-term rate of return of roughly 6%. And so I think the Fed needs to be very cautious about having a Fed rate that potentially exceeds 6%. If we see deflation, and I think we are seeing deflation, then you would add the deflation number to the in quotes risk-free rate from the Fed, and as that starts to exceed 6%, now you're starting to exceed the long-term return of the S&P 500, and it starts to become questionable as to why not just put your money in T-bills or a savings account essentially instead of in the S&P 500 if the S&P 500 is variable and the bank interest rate is not. This is So basically, the Fed is at risk of crushing the value of all equities. This is quite a serious danger.
Thanks, Elon. And just a follow up. I don't want to steal thunder from March 1st down in Austin, but how close are we to that step change improvement in BOM cost, where you could sell an EV for under 25 or 30,000 bucks and actually generate a profit? That kind of real moving assembly line moment in manufacturing. Again, don't want to steal the thunder, but just if you wanted to kind of wrap up with thoughts there, that'd be helpful.
Oh, man.
Thanks, Elon.
I mean, I'd love to answer. If I were you, I'd probably be asking the same question, but we would be jumping the gun on future announcements.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, everyone, for all your good questions, and we will see you again in 3 months' time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So there we go, another earnings for Tesla. What do you make of that? Very interesting comments with talking about Twitter and how big I am on Twitter. I thought that was really unnecessary. Let's see what happens to the stock now. It was an interesting night. I decided to sell. I took a profit. I've got my Roth IRA position as well. That's something I will never sell. I will keep that for years. But I sold in my brokerage position. What do you make of that? Tesla, it's up now to 150. I think I sold it around about the 146, 147. So a small profit. At the end of the day, well, 30% profit. I'm happy. I think we'll trade sideways. I think we'll get some selling in the morning. The markets generally liked it, though. General outlook was good, but I mean, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day whether, Elon talks about his Twitter and how good he is on Twitter and how famous he is. I thought that was very silly. But at the end of the day, it's not really relevant. It doesn't make any difference. People don't buy and sell the stock because of what he says on Twitter, let's be honest. But I just thought it was disrespectful to speak to the investors that made him successful, saying, look at me, I'm really great on Twitter. Anyway, we're going to wrap it up there. I believe that we have Church of Logic in the Discord. So, Church, unmute your microphone. I believe you wanted to come on and say something. So I'll unmute you, and let's bring in Churchy. Let me just see, is he on camera or is he just in audio? It looks like he's just on audio, but I'll bring him in anyway. So anyway, we've got one of our members calling into the show. We've got the Church of Logic. How are you, Church? Welcome to the show.
Hey, Martin, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly well, mate. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. I want to say thanks a lot to the family. Family's been great here lately. I just want to give a shout out to everybody out there investing first and foremost, and most importantly, you as well. Just doing a great job as always with the show, and very proud of you, by the way. The channel is growing big.
Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Yeah, we are. 500,000 is 500 and just over 501,000 is our reach across all social platforms. And thank you, Church, for saying that. I appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely. And I just wanted to come on and kind of give my take on Tesla. I know I've been the biggest critic of Tesla for a long time. And this is a great time now to jump in and kind of explain myself a little more, because I think Elon Musk has proven a lot of things that I've been saying for a long time about the company. Again, Tesla as a brand, I actually admire. It's innovative. It's definitely a game changer across the whole market, not just the auto industry. That's what I want to say. Great people, great minds alike that you don't see. That's running the company. However, the representation of the company is atrocious, I must say. And I don't want to come on here and just say all the negatives. So I wanted to start off with the positive of Tesla. But I will start to kind of get on you guys a little bit, because a lot of you guys seem to have defended this company for the past 2 quarters. And this is my chance now to kind of pick on you guys about this.
Love it.
I read the comments and I was like, wow, you guys made a huge difference in your opinion about the company now. And again, I've been trying to warn a lot of people that Elon Musk is not good for the company. He's a very innovative guy. He's very smart, very intellectual. However, he doesn't take a lot of the things that he owns seriously. And it just shows in this. I knew he was going to be on today. It was a no-brainer that he was going to do the earnings. Um, we're
And
in a
again,
tough
that was
climate.
another fact that wasn't true. He said categorically he wouldn't be on the next earnings call if things were good. Well, stock price has gone up, everything's looking generally good, and there he is again. What did you make of his look? I'm the king of Twitter. I've got more followers than anyone. I must be great. I must be popular. What did you think of that?
Well, it was ridiculous. It was expected, of course. I actually expect him to be more of an advertiser than a CEO. CEOs, to me, traditionally should be separating themselves and their personal beliefs from their company. That's what I believe, at least. That's what
Mm,
I was taught in school,
mm,
studying economics and business. He should be acting at the better interest of his investors and his company and representing his employees. I think it was extremely disrespectful what he did today to everyone who works for him, everyone who invests in him. That's not a way to conduct yourself. I'm sure you have plenty of money to do your own advertising on your own time. We don't care about the cars right now. We care about what the return is, and we care about what's the future ahead for the company, and more importantly, EVs as a whole.
mm.
I think it's counterproductive that he continues to kind of crap on other auto industries, and I just think that auto industries is a very complex industry. They should be working together on how to improve all their vehicles and how to improve their customers. And of course, you're gonna have your Tesla fans, you're gonna have your Ford fans like myself.
Mm.
But at the end of the day, I think the objective is that we need to clean up this earth. We need to clean up the environment. Um, and I don't hear too much of a partnership with Elon. Seems to be still in this competition phase. There's no need for competition for Tesla. That's just my opinion. I feel like they're very different from other EV makers. I don't think we'll ever see another company, including Ford, that will be able to produce an electric car like they can. It's just not possible. Um, Elon Musk has to start to get serious about his businesses. I understand you're the richest man in the world and you have nothing to lose. But I think it's time for you to either act like a CEO or find a CEO who wants to be a CEO. That's just my take on it for now.
I think you make some very good points. You know how much of a fan I was of Elon Musk. I was always talking about it. I was very excited about it. But there's one thing I cannot abide, and there's no forgiveness. There's no forgiveness in me. I have zero tolerance to lying. And he's lied time and time again about certain things, particularly about I wouldn't sell my stock and then he did. I wouldn't sell my stock and then he did. I wouldn't sell my stock and then he did. And now he's saying he won't sell stock until like next year or whatever. And I think we're going to get a bit of a surprise. I think I wouldn't be surprised if it goes down again. I'm just guessing, but he's done it 3 times already. And as I say, he comes across now to me as a bit as an egomaniac, and I just find it disrespectful to investors. I'm not a rich guy. You're not a rich guy. You're a regular guy earning some money, and you're investing your hard-earned money into a company because you believe in the company, and you want to feel that the man who runs the show, the CEO, does it with some kind of respect to the investor. And I quote, Elon Musk has said he doesn't care about the traders and the retail investors. He has said that. Well, I know when we're just small guys with a handful of shares, but this is our money, and we all make up the big pie. And I feel just disrespected. And the way, no one's taken away, like you say, the cars are great, the technology's great, the company's great. But, there's a distaste. And there was that survey done for people under 25, and I think it was something in the 80% range, where they said they wouldn't buy a Tesla because they don't like Elon Musk. And if you think about it, there's not another car company I can think of where you think of Elon Musk when you walk into the showroom, right? If I walk into a Ford dealership or a Ferrari or a Rolls Royce, I haven't got a clue who the CEO is. I just think of the car. However, and I'm not saying you buy or don't buy a Tesla because of Elon Musk, but it's important. I think the CEO should be, like you say, neutral. His politics should be neutral. He should be there just to give the facts, build the company up, and do his thing, not to self-promote on Twitter and throw himself all over the place and lie and manipulate, and it just leaves a distaste. And even though I love the car, my wife has lost interest in it. She said, when we go to England, let's buy a Mini Cooper, electric Mini Cooper. She doesn't even want a Tesla, just gone off the whole idea. And a lot of people feel the same.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And again, a lot of people have to. I'm looking at this price just go up as we speak, and this is just totally ridiculous. It's again, Elon knows the following that he has. He knows that there's a lot of retail investors that look to him for investment advice.
Yeah.
This is pure manipulation in front of our eyes. I think it's very dangerous for anyone to be buying this stock at this price right now, knowing that he even said it himself. He's concerned about a recession. He's talking like there's going to be a recession this year. So it's kind of counterintuitive for him to say, well, let's just believe in this company. Let's just keep buying up, even though I believe there's a recession. Well, if you believe there's going to be a recession, why are you still telling investors it's okay to buy and it's okay to believe in the company? We could continue to believe in the company. That's fine. However, I don't think anybody should be making reckless financial decisions based off of how you presented yourself today.
Right.
You've given me no confidence to buy the stock.
Let me just jump in there. I've got a few comments coming in. Any member who wishes to have their say to what I am saying or what Church is saying, Discord is open to all members. Peter Wilson has just commented, getting bored of the Elon bashing. This is not, I don't feel this is Elon bashing at all. We are shareholders. We are shareholders, large and small, with our money, and we're having a reaction to what we just heard. I was absolutely disgusted. I tried to emphasize it in my text. When he came on and said I'm the biggest thing on Tesla, Twitter, and and all this stuff, I was like, what the hell are we doing? What's going on here? Can you imagine Peter Cook coming on and going, I'm really big on TikTok, by the way, and I reckon you should, check me out on TikTok because I'm really great. And I was like, what the hell is going on here? I wasn't impressed by that. Now, if anyone's got an opinion on that and feels that Church is bashing Elon Musk, and even if he is, so what if he is? He's entitled, and everyone's entitled to their opinion. We're not here as fanboys to anything. We're here to make money. That's it. Simple.
Well, I think it's important too to say that the reason why I'm bashing him really is because of his actions, and I'm using real examples of what he's done and real facts that what he's done in the past couple of months has been atrocious. I don't see why he bought Twitter. And the reason why he brought up Twitter in this earnings call is because he understands that his acquisition in Twitter is also affecting his company in Tesla. Tesla it's almost like all the Twitter investors have decided to just move all their assets to Tesla after he decided that he was going to remove it from the exchange. I think it's more of reading in between the lines. Whether you're a fan of Elon or not, I'm actually a fan of who he is and what he's accomplished. I'm not a fan of how he's conducting himself as a businessman right now.
Yeah.
So let me just put that out there right now. You can love or hate him right now.
Yeah. Can I say again, because we're getting a little bit of comments here. Anyone, Ali, you can call in. Any member here can call in and you can have your say on this. Someone just made a very good point, and it's reputation is everything. 22 said, There's a lot of reputational risk. Remember, someone bought Savills Rolls Royce for $200,000 and now it's worthless. Little joke there. We won't go on about that, but we all know who Savile is. I don't even want to use his first name, but those in England will know exactly what we're talking about. Reputation is important, guys. Presentation is important. Look what happened when we talked about Virgin Orbit the other day, and I just thought self-promotion, talking about how great you are on Twitter. When, remember, this is the biggest point that no one has even mentioned. It wasn't just, hey, I'm big on Twitter. Oh, that doesn't matter. He can say what he wants. He's the CEO. Excuse me, millions of investors lost a lot of money because Elon Musk bought Twitter by selling Tesla, which he said he wasn't going to sell. Because if he hadn't have done and hadn't lied and manipulated, we would be up at $200 a share plus right now. So let's not forget that. So when you're telling everybody how great you are on Tesla, that's slapping the same people in the face who you told you wouldn't sell Tesla, to buy Twitter with. And you went and did it, and now you're telling everybody how great you are on Twitter. With all due respect, folks, that's very disrespectful to your investors. It shows the disconnect between, I think, Elon Musk and his investors. So come on, don't just let him get away with that. Surely someone else agrees with me and Church that was inappropriate. I mean, I've got Ali here going, I'm up 50%. I love it. I've made loads of money. All right, great. But does that mean Elon Musk can do what he wants then? He can just trash the company, sell all the stock, lie, manipulate. I mean, is that what you're saying, Church? Because you made some money, he can do what he wants. Come back, Church.
You know, I know people give me crap about how much I represent Ford, and I will say I will 100% agree sometimes that I could be a little bit short-sighted of what Ford is doing. I'm not proud of everything they're doing, but again, I bought at the bottom. I bought at $9.80. Why would I sell any of my Ford stock? You're going to tell me Ford's going to drop 40% this year? That's nuts to say that, and I'd be nuts to say Tesla's going to drop 40%.
Hang on, Ali, he just said, I'm not calling in to bash Elon. Don't call in to bash Elon. Call in to say what you thought of the earnings call. Say your piece. Absolutely. We've got Peter Wilson just said, you talk about him changing his mind about selling shares. We all do this to suit our own needs. Peter Wilson, listen, he's got every right to sell his shares. He's got every right to sell his shares. He owns the company, he can sell what he wants. Of course, I just sold my Tesla shares. I said I would keep some. I have kept some. It's up to me what I do, okay? However, when you tell your shareholders you won't 3 times because you know when you sell the stock will drop dramatically, that is manipulation. Now, come on, guys. I have always said if I had millions of subscribers and millions of people did what I said, how irresponsible would it be of me to say, "Hey, guys, I'm going to keep all my shares of Virgin Galactic today, and in fact, I'm going to buy some more," and everyone buys it because they think that, and it's going to go up. And just as you do that, I sell it all. And I literally lie and manipulate everyone. Would that be acceptable? No. You'd all unsubscribe and go, Martyn Lucas is a liar. All he cares about is himself, right? Well, that's what Elon Musk did 3 times. And then after doing that, he comes on his earnings call to his investors and brags how big he is on Twitter. Am I the only person who can see that? Church?
No. And again, I agree with everything you're saying here. I just also gotta kind of stick the nail at you a little bit because you were at one point very bullish on this stock.
Yep.
And I tried to warn everyone that no matter how great a company is, and I'll say the same for any company I'm invested in, there will be a time where the company, no matter how good it is, it will not be able to withstand the market sentiment. Again, you're also representation. You even mentioned it just now, who represents your company and who's speaking on the behalf of the company is very important. I don't care if you make record profits. If you have a CEO who's doing outrageous things and just acting like anyone that they can be just because they're rich, that's going to upset some people and it's going to hurt your revenue. It's going to hurt your stock and things like that. But I just wanted to ask you, Martyn, I know many people are going to give me crap for this on the comment because I'm, of course, me being a big Ford fan.
Oh, yeah, that's come up a few times. That's come up a few times in the chat.
I think you should cover the Ford's earnings and just kind of compare and contrast how Ford conducts their earnings review compared to Tesla. Now, that doesn't make Ford a better company. That's not what I'm saying. That doesn't make it a better stock to own. But you'll see that Ford is going to address the issues that they have as a company.
Ali, call in. Ali, call in. He's getting upset. Yeah. I'm not having this. I'm not having it. Call in, Ali. Yeah. Say what you think.
I invite anyone. I've been trying to debate people for a long time about this company. Again, Tesla
hey, listen,
is not...
listen. as far as I'm concerned, let's bring it full circle. The company is doing great. Its margins are higher than any other car company on the planet. He's right there. The company's growing. It was a startup a few years ago. Yes, we can talk about, manipulation. We can talk about whether he should say this, whether he should that. He didn't invent the EV. Let's get straight. He didn't invent the electric car. However, Tesla is doing very well. He is committed to the company to the point that we all know the famous incident where he slept on the floor and it was up 24 hours a day working. At the end of the day, Tesla has done amazing things, and I wouldn't have bought the stock. I don't buy pump and dump stuff for a laugh unless we're having a joke with Mullen or whatever on a day, whatever. But Tesla's a great company. I hope, for my sake, and not everybody who owns the stock, but for my sake, I hope tomorrow it gets sold, people take profits, it drops to $90, and I will buy back the shares I just sold. I hope it does that, because I'd like to own more of it. I've still got some in my Roth IRA. I just sold my brokerage account because 30%, folks, is 30%. 30% in 3 weeks. That would have been 10 years in the bank. 30%. I'll take 30%. It's in the bank right now. It's in my buying power. I'm earning 4%. I'm earning 4% from Robinhood for holding the cash. If it goes down tomorrow, $80-$90, I'll buy some. If it doesn't, it gets away from me. It gets away from me. There's something else to buy. There's another asset. I can put it in the S&P 500. You got your exposure to Tesla. There's other there's other ETFs that have exposure to Tesla, which are down right now. So you can buy those and still get the growth on Tesla. So, end of the day, we're making money. We're here just to, we got to know what our goals are. It's not about joining the fan club for anything, right, Church?
Yeah, absolutely. And I told everyone, remember when the stock went down to $111? I was on the show and I told people to buy the company. It's impossible that the stock will keep going as further down as that. I know some of us joked about $68, $90, things like that. But at 111, I was just like, you can't lose at this point, even if you have to hold for 6 months. The company is too valuable. It's too noticeable. Regardless of what Elon says, there's going to be people who are still going to buy Teslas. That's just the reality. And again, everyone was like, oh, it's just going to keep going down. I'm going to wait. But Ali Tisro has just put in the chat that he's made profit. So I don't know why everyone thinks that I'm like just bashing the company and bashing Elon and I'm pro Ford, and I am pro Ford. That you got that right. But
yeah, you never would have guessed.
yeah. But again, I said Tesla, even though I'm very bearish on it. And again, I'm not going to touch anything that I don't feel confident in the leadership. That's one of the top priorities for me when I invest in a company is leadership.
And let's bring it right back to where it is. We invest to make money, period. You've seen, I'm just going to put it on the screen right now so everyone can see, and I'll come right back to your Church. Just final comments, right?
Absolutely.
This is my portfolio. Look, guys, I'm up today. I took some money out of Tesla. I've got now $781 in my buying power when I had nothing earlier. You saw what happened with my old strategy. The first year, look, let's go to the all time. Buying everything, thinking everything's going to go up forever. We all did it. Everybody did it. Probably Church didn't do it, but we all bought Tesla thinking it's going to go to $1 million. We all went crazy, right? Now I look at it and go, hey, I've got my long-term position. I've got my tax-free position in my Roth, my short day, day trading position. And at the end of the day, if I can buy a stock in 3 weeks, I'm up 30% and bank the profits. No one goes bankrupt making money, making profits. It doesn't matter if Tesla goes to $1 million tomorrow morning and everyone goes, you'd be rich if you kept your handful of shares. Maybe I would have been. It doesn't matter. Maybe I'll be rich if I go out tomorrow and buy the winning lottery ticket, but I ain't going to buy one. I'm sitting here talking to you. So at the end of the day, I've now got some nice steady growth. We're up on the live, we're up on the day, we're up on the week, we're up on the month, and year to date, we're up 7.8%. And that is not just because The stocks happen to be going up. Yes, they are. We're having a nice run. But it's also because I've taken some profits along the way, banked it, and then bought something else that was down, like we saw J&J, like we saw with Microsoft. You know, it's not about owning one stock, joining a fan club. If you make money, you're up. Elon Musk doesn't care whether I own his stock or not. The stock doesn't care if I own it or not. If I'm up, I'm up. And I have to say, when I first did this, for the first year and a half, only up to the last month really, I would be sitting here with like an upset stomach thinking, I can't sell my Tesla. I can't sell it. It's going to go to $1 million. It's going to go up. I can't sell it. And I felt locked in to the stock. What the bloody hell is that all about? I think it's good that I've broken that chain and good that I've thrown that off. And look, I'm up 30%. It's carry on going. By now, I'd be up 35%. 5%, I'm never going to have. Doesn't matter. I've got 30%. I'm done. Move to the next trade. Move to the next investment. So that's my feeling on it. I think you need to understand what it is we're doing here. We're trying to reach a goal. We're trying to provide for our futures and our pensions or whatever. The rest is really immaterial. Church.
Yes, and I agree. I will use my own example. Plug Power Inc. I bought that stock at $2.50. Just a year and a half ago, it went up to $75, and I got married to it. I was like, this is the best trade I've ever made in my life, and it was. I was up 400%.
What happened?
I was up 400%, and I held.
Yep.
I held.
What happened?
With just 100 shares, I held, and it went down to 50, and I still was holding. I'm like, oh, it's never going to go back down to $15, $16. Nah, no way. But I mean, again, of course, I got in very early, so it was no way I was going to lose money on it. But again, I held, and I could have had more money.
Where did it go down to? Where did you sell it?
I sold it at $39. Now,
Okay.
credit, that's still a
Still
nice,
great.
healthy return.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
yeah, but I think it caters to your point that you're getting married to a stock. Oh, everything's gonna go to the roof. $1,000. I made that mistake. I could have cashed in for a whole lot more money if I would have just sold at the top at 75. I bought at the bottom, and you get greedy. We get FOMO and things like that. Again,
Yeah.
I told everyone at $111 to Tesla. Just buy in and hold. You can't lose. It's just people say, well, Ford's never gone up. Truth, if you look at it in an overall perspective, it seems like a bad investment. But if I bought at the right time and I sold at the right time, is that a bad investment?
Just look at this is important just to look at though, right, guys? Just to bring everything in context. You remember I've always used the example about the can of Coke. You buy it for $1. Would you pay $100 for a can of Coke, right? That example, right? It's the best can of Coke in the world, but would you pay $100 for it? The fact of the matter is, right now, Tesla is 44 times earnings. 44 times earnings. That's like buying a can of Coke which cost you $1 and you're prepared to pay $44 for it because you think it's the best can of Coke in the world. And one day there's going to be no cans of Coke and this is the only can of Coke, so it's worth 44 times. I think it's very, very important, and I was studying Warren Buffett the other day, what he feels about Tesla. He wouldn't buy it. And he said, and I think it's very important, you have to be really calm about it. We all know Tesla's a great company. We all know it could take over the world and become the biggest thing on planet Earth, which is the way Elon describes it. Maybe he's right. Maybe it's going to go to $1 million a share. I have no idea. But at the end of the day, it's trading 44 times earnings. So you're paying 44 times the value of what this company actually makes. Is that a good idea? Well, it isn't. It isn't. You might go, well, I don't care, it's going up. Well, it might keep going up. It's still running right now, and it might go up to $200 in the morning. Who knows? But at some point, you've got to look at the numbers and go, it's 44 times earnings. And if we all remember, just a year ago, it was got to 89 or 90 times, I forget what it was, when it went to $1,200. I actually bought a share, and so did Caden Youngquist. I actually paid $1,200 for a share of Tesla. That's $400 in today's money. And I thought I was getting a bargain. At $400, Church. Think about that for a minute. It doesn't matter how good the company is. It isn't worth that much money. But I thought it was cheap. I thought I'm buying a bargain because I just got carried away, thinking, hang on a minute, $1,200 a share. We all thought. Do you remember that point? We all thought it was going to touch 2,000, 3,000. You know, we all got like ridiculously carried away with it, and it was like it had no ceiling. It could run forever, and. We all learned that wasn't the case, and I just think it's important just to bring everything into balance and think I'm investing. I'm not just, I'm not just head in the clouds making up numbers. Church?
Yeah, you gotta understand what your goal is. You gotta always look back at your notes and look back and say, why did I invest in the first place? Is it to get super rich, to become the richest man in the world, or is it for a set goal? I want to buy a house, I want to get a new car, or I want to retire. Whatever your reason is for investing, I think it's important that everyone kind of looks back and say, well, why did I get involved with this in the first place? And once you're able to say, I reached my goal. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Tesla can go up to $500 a share. I've reached my goal.
Yeah.
And I'm not worried about missing out on a couple of $1,000 more that I could have made, or worried about losing $200 and then the next day I can make the 200 back.
Exactly. Church, I've just noticed something quite funny here. There's somebody in the channel called Martyn Lucas Highlights, a fan of Martin. I'm just a highlight channel. What the heck is this? What the heck is this? I mean, there's a guy here. It's a picture of me with covered in money, and it's a highlight channel. Is this actually a real channel? Sorry to change the subject, Church, but I'm like, what on earth? What on? You see that?
Again, Martin, it tells you that you have a fan, you have a base. And,
I'm clicking on the channel to see if it's an actual channel. I'm clicking on the channel to see Martyn Lucas Highlights. Hang on a minute. Is there any? Is it? No, there's I don't think there's any content. No, there's no. I was looking at that thinking, is there any content to this? No, there isn't. Okay, fair enough. Sorry, Church, to cut you off.
It's fine. I say to myself, and I think you should be impressed by that. It just shows your growth. It shows you have a fan base like myself. You know, I feel like I'm going to be a member of this channel for as long as I live.
Absolutely, absolutely. Everyone's got their character in the show.
I want to get more involved. I want to see how I can help you and help the channel grow some more. I got some ideas of my own that I want to do. And, hopefully get your opinion on this. So, I just wanted to come on today. It's been a while since I was able to speak on here, and been very busy, lots of new life changes going on. And I just want to let everybody know I'm here to support everyone, regardless of my outrageous opinions about Tesla or Elon Musk, or my outrageous factuation for Ford. Again,
that's perfectly okay.
I want everyone to win.
Absolutely, everyone has a voice. Everyone can call in, and it's a shame that we didn't get Ali Tisra. I thought if we could put you and Ali Tisra together, we could have had some fun. But
I'm dreaming every day of that conversation someday.
Oh yeah, it'll make a great video. Church, I need to get off because it's getting late in the evening. Thanks for calling in. And we're going to, I've got to edit the video down now and put it out as its own video, because we always do that, because some people like to watch the video back when it's been edited. It goes out to a new audience. And look forward to seeing you back on again. Let's see what happens tomorrow with Tesla. It's still rising. So yes, I was wrong if you like to sell it, but I wasn't wrong. I'm happy with my trade. I've got money in the bank. I don't think it's going to run forever. I think there'll be some profit taking and we'll see it fall. But Church, thank you ever so much for calling in, and we'll have you back on the show again very, very shortly. That was the Church of Logic in the chat. Absolutely awesome. If anybody else wants to call in, the broadcast lounge is still open just for a couple of moments. Our excuse me, our funny clips and stuff like that, Martyn Lucas Highlights, I've gone onto your channel and there's no content. You're saying there is content, but I can't see it. So I'm like really intrigued to see it, but I can't see any content on your channel at all. This channel has no playlists, no videos, no, there's nothing there at all. So I'm not quite sure what that's all about. But anyway, I guess I'm kind of, happy with that. It's kind of strange, right? Anyway, highlights might want to get permission for that. Yeah, well, yeah, if you start pinching all my content, of course, it'll come out as copyright, and then it'll be up to me whether I allow you to use it or not. Me and Church will be in a brand new Mustangs at the end of the year. Nice one. I bought 5 shares of ARDS again. Woo, Flutter Edits, congratulations. I had 313 shares at 297. Lost $15,000, sold at 147, lost $50 a share in 2 weeks' time. Now only 76 shares. Stephen Lewandowski. Stephen Lewandowski probably isn't impressed with Elon Musk's manipulation of the stock. Content coming tonight. All right. I shall look forward to seeing you on the show. Do we know who you are? Are you a friend of the channel? Do we know who you are, Mr. Martyn Lucas Highlights? Do we know who you are? They will be like 15 to 1 minute clips, nothing huge. Okie dokie. I look forward to it. I look forward to that. Anyway, that's it from me. What an evening! I've got a Martyn Lucas highlight channel. We've got Churchy on the show. We've got Tesla making money. I've sold my position. Happy to do so. What's everybody else feel? I came from TikTok but changed my channel name. Okay. Or Ali having a laugh. Well, we'll never know, I guess. We'll never know, will we? Church, nice job. And Ali, nice job. Everyone trades different, including me. Find your own edge. There it is. At the end of the day, you're making money. You're up, you're down, you're in, you're out. What the hell? We've had another wonderful day. I'm very excited. We've nearly hit 32,000 followers today on TikTok. Thank you to all the people that are following me. I'm going to give everybody on TikTok now a bit of a shout out. So you're ready? Come into TikTok right now. Those on TikTok right now, if you tap the screen, you'll be on YouTube in the next couple of seconds. Not just YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, multiple websites. Up to 500,000 people is my reach now. So if you want to make yourself famous right now, tap on the screen. If you give me a gift, the person that is my top gifter, and sometimes 1 rose is the top gifter, and that's 0.000000 excuse me 1 cent. I will follow you back. Or if you become a subscriber, click the little star just there. At the end of the show, I'll make a commercial and put your video, your channel on this screen behind me, and invite my nearly 2,000 followers to follow you. And it really works. If you watch a video on YouTube I put out today, a lady called Neve Brennan, we doubled her likes and doubled her views in 24 hours, less than actually. And it was something like 80,000 to 160,000 views in one day by simply becoming a subscriber on TikTok. And I made the promotional video. So it does work. Go and check out that video. It's on YouTube right now. You can go and have a look and I'll show you exactly how I did it. So anyway, doesn't look like anyone's going to play the game tonight. So we'll leave that right there. But I'll come back to my main portfolio. Let's have a look. No one else in Discord, is there? No, we'll shut that down then. Ed said this is the most important thing to understand. Find your own edge. Need to hope in one day. Need to hope in one day with you live, Martin, soon. Ed, excuse me. Ed, you asked me about doing something live. I never understood what you meant. That's why I've never been able to call you back. I didn't know exactly what you meant. I'm very happy to go live and do something. Oh, Caden Youngquist is in TikTok. Let me bring him up. There he is. Caden. There you go. Oh, he was there a second ago. So I wasn't sure exactly what you meant, Ed. I'm very happy to do. You wanted me to do like a 20-minute event, a music event. If you want me to do that, I can set that up, and of course, then we can do that event for you. And if you've got all your people that want to watch, you get 10 people in. A $10 super chat per each song. We can do a 20-minute concert just for you and all your guests. If that's what you want to do, would be awesome with Ali, Church, me and others. Okay. Oh, you all want to call in together? If that's what you mean. Whatever you need, just let me know. Love the show, man. Very informative. Jay Barton. Well, thank you very much indeed. We're just coming to the end of the show right now. In fact, we're over time. We're just chatting amongst ourselves right now. But look, here's my position. This is my overall portfolio right now. Despite selling Tesla, look. Despite selling it, I'm up. I've got $781 in cash to buy something tomorrow. I still think we've got another leg to go down. My overall portfolio is now worth $39,306, all from $5,000. That's where it started from a year and a half ago. Let's have a look at my Coinbase. This is our $1,000 challenge from Ali Tisro. Starting at $1,000. It is only $1,000 because we haven't yet bought any crypto. And here is my ledger for my Bitcoin, 837,852. Bit of a pump going on Bitcoin as well. So there we go. There's my entire wealth other than $1,500 in my bank account and $1,500 in my savings account. That is it. And why it's $1,500 is the minimum I have to have to save getting charged from Bank of America. All right, that is it. We are done. Thank you ever so much indeed. If anybody wants to ask any questions before we go, you can. I will update you. We are now just over 3,600 watch hours. We've got 6 days left to go for my music channel. I think we've got a lot of new people in here tonight that don't know about my music. So I'm just going to share with those people now quickly. I was actually voted as the World Piano Man. This is my music studio behind me. Let me give you a wave. This whole studio comes to life if you want me to do music for you in the evening. Market Live Streamer Cafe. Are you from Live Streamer Cafe? You're good. Always catch it late. Big fan of LSC. Now this is very exciting. This is our own platform, Live Streamer Cafe. Let me go there right now. There we go. I'm unmuted. That's better. Sorry about that. On mute. Jelly Jams. Is this you? Is this you? Market J.A.E. Barton. I'm just guessing. Yes, sir. Good call on that for sure. This is you, right? This guy is an absolutely phenomenal guitarist, right? Do you have a YouTube channel, Jay Barton? Because one of the things that we do here, if you're a YouTube member, across my 500,000 reach, across all my platforms, I will get everyone here in YouTube right now to subscribe to you. I don't know if you've got a YouTube channel or not. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But anyway, I want you all to check out this guy, right? So let me do something. Let me do something now. This guy is brilliant. We've just started, Jay. This LSC, we've got a big event coming up in a few days' time. It's the LSC Festival. If you look here, look, it's on February the 12th, and I'm going to be exclusive on a Live Streamer Cafe that day, and we're trying to get everyone to go live together, and we've built a platform which we believe is going to be better than Facebook and YouTube for streamers. You can do whatever you want, no restrictions. You're Google searchable. You can't be Google searchable on Facebook. Google searchable. You get all the money. You have your own tip jars. You can. Have you used the mail service to go and mail all the different your fans and your artists? You can talk to people. Look, I'll show you what I mean. Look, have you ever done this? If I go to mail and I go to compose, look, and I go to J. All right, Hang on. Back to here again. If I go into my lounge. This is after hours now, folks. We finished the main show. So we're just... we're talking right now. Are you running... you're actually live there now, are you? There he is. Look. He's actually live. He's actually in his lounge talking to me live on the show. Give us a wave, mate. Give us a wave. You watch. He's probably a bit of a delay, but he's actually in his room. Okay, I'll be there for sure. Best place I've played. Look, he's in his stream right now. Look, in his lounge. How cool is that? We can bring people in. Give us a wave. Look, I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me? I've never done this before. That we've actually got this guy here. You want to check out his guitar and stuff, guys. He's absolutely brilliant. If you like really hard rock, I don't know if he can hear me. Oh, look, there you can. Look, now he can see me. He's got a bit of delay. Look, there you go. He's all being humble. Look, he's all being... I don't know if I can actually... Yeah, there he is. Fantastic. Fantastic. Right. Just lagging. Right. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give everybody... Let's do something nice now. Right? We finished the show. Let's do something nice for this guy, right? I want everybody... Hang on. I want everyone to go into his stream right now. Seriously, I want you to go into his stream right now. Okay? And I want you to become a fan. Some of you have already signed up for Livestreamer Cafe. If you haven't, go and do it right now. All right? Pop on in to his stream, right now, and become a fan. Right? Let's see. Christopher's in there. Someone has just joined. They are. We've got people coming in now. Look at all these people coming in. Look, they're all coming in. They're all coming in now. Right. Right, you ready? I want to see someone leave a compliment. We are coming in. All right, post. All right. And what we also do for our streamers, what we do is I record this when he's going, I like do a promo. In fact, if you go live, if you say something, I will record you. Unmute. Christopher's in there. Someone has just joined. Right. They are. We've got people coming in now. Look at all these people coming in. Look, they're all coming in. They're all coming in now. Right. Right, you ready? If you say something about LSC, I'll do a promotional video for you, all right? Coming in. All right, post. All right? And what we also do for our streamers, what we do is I record this when he's going, I like do a promo. In fact, if you go live, if you say something, I will record you. Unmute. Christopher's in there.
Something.
Just joined. Right?
Something, my friend.
People coming in now. Look at all these people coming in. Look, they're all coming in. They're all coming in now. Right. Right, you ready? If you say something about LSC, I'll do a promotional video for you, all right? Coming in. All right, post. All right? And what we also do for our streamers, what we do is I record this when he's going, I like do a promo. In fact, if you go live, if you say something, I will record you. Unmute. Christopher's in there.
Something.
Just joined. Right.
Something, my friend.
People coming in now. Look at all these people coming in. Look, they're all coming in.
Hopefully you're doing all right, my friend. For real. Appreciate what you got going on with the whole platform and everything. Big
If you say something about LSC, I'll do a promotional video for you, all right? Think he can really hear me. We'll set that up another time. I don't think he can really hear me. Hang on. I don't think he can really hear me. Yeah, oh, Stephen Lewandowski's just come in. Yeah, I'll give him the message now.
You doing all right, man? So, dude, I don't know why I'm getting such a delay and stuff like that, and the feedback and everything. But anyway, welcome from St. Louis, man. You know.
Not to worry, we'll do that another time. We'll do it another time. You can really hear me. We'll set that up. We'll set that up another time. You've not got a microphone. You've not got a microphone, so I can't hear your voice. No problem. Just do one of your guitar solos. Just do something on the guitar. I don't think you can really hear me. Yeah, oh, Stephen Lewandowski's just come in. Yeah, I'll give him the message now.
St. Louis, man, you know.
Not to worry, we'll do that another time. We'll do it another time. You can really hear me. We'll set that up. We'll set that up another time. You've not. We're just having a bit of fun. There you go. Thank you very much. All right, there we go. That was a bit of fun anyway. So let's see if I got anybody still with me as we were doing all that stuff. Let me have a quick look. Oh, yes, we have. Everybody stayed with me. There you go. You're still with me. All right, I'm going to wrap up the show, and I'll see you all back in the morning. Tesla's still running, and thank you very much indeed, Jay, for that bit of fun. And I wish you all the very best on Livestreamer Cafe. How cool was that he came in? Anyway, all right, I'll see you back in the morning, folks. We won't do Day Trader of the Day. There's no real need. We'll do it all. We'll pick everything up back in the morning. In the meantime, I want to leave you all, and someone just said I'll be buying at discounts, and we'll see if Tesla goes down in the morning. Until next time, have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you all back in the morning. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Just checking the microphone was working. Was it working? It was working, yeah. All right.